Hello and welcome back to the channel once again. The name is still Class Forex and we are here to simplify the complicated. Alright, so let's begin with our pre-market analysis very shortly. Now starting on US oil on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper zone, mid-range zone and then lower zone. Now let's put meaning into the monthly time frame structure very quickly. Now if you look very closely at the monthly, what we can notice is a strong level of buy sensitivity on this monthly support level. Why? Because anytime price makes contact, it sees buy pressure to the upside. So this tells us that what there's sort of a bias within or on the monthly mid-range zone that will be able to push the market all the way to the upside. So once we have been able to understand this clearly here on the monthly time, what do? We are going to be picking entries to the upside on US oil. Let's add more information over here that will tell us that price will definitely go to the upside. Now if you look at the monthly time frame, look at this. There's a strong pin over here telling us that what buyers are indeed present to be able to push the market further to the upside. Now, since we know that price will definitely find buy pressure to go to the upside, what do? We are going to take it further to weekly time frame, understand the weekly flow of the market, and how we're managing to pick our entries to the upside on US oil. So US oil, let's take it further to weekly time frame to continue with the technical analysis. All right, so on to the weekly. All right, so this is the weekly time frame on US oil. Let's explain. We have the weekly upper zone here and the weekly lower zone. What do we see on the weekly time frame? On the weekly, currently, we are seeing a downtrend. Why? Because price came down, created the lower low, went up, created the lower high, dropped down, created another lower low, went up and has created another lower high. So if you look very closely at the weekly time frame, what you're going to notice is what? A very beautiful downtrend. But what do we say we are doing on the monthly? We said we want to buy to the upside. So since price is currently in a downtrend now, can we locate an entry here to the upside? No. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. You cannot be selling or you cannot be buying in a downtrend. So what are we going to do? We are going to stay patient for price to break above this one, lower zone of the weekly to the upside to give us a push and exhaustion before we buy all the way to the upside. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that as we take you through the various time frames. Alright, so US oil, let's take it further to daily time frame and also understand the daily flow here and know how we can potentially be picking the entry to the upside on this pair. So US oil, let's move quickly to the daily time frame to add more meaning. Let's go. Alright, so this is US oil on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, let's explain. Now the daily, you can see the downtrend very clearly over here, lower lows and then lower high. But what did we say we are doing or we are waiting for or we want to do? We said we want to buy all the way to the upside. Now, if you look closely, after price made contact with this lower zone of the weekly, we are seeing a bullish engulfing candle close, which means that buyers are very much present here and they will manage to break about retest before continuing their move all the way to the upside on this pair. Alright, now let's take it further again to a forward time because there's not so much to talk about here on the daily time frame. So let's go quickly to the forward time frame and then continue with the analysis and then let's know how we can also pick a buy to the upside on this pair. So US oil, very quickly to a forward time frame. Alright, so this is the forward time frame on US oil. Now US oil in the forward time frame, we have our 4-hour mid-range zone over here. What do we see on the 4H? We are seeing a very beautiful uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal high here, higher low, and the price is moving to the upside. Now, if this uptrend on the 4-hour time frame continues to go to the upside and manages to break above this weekly resistance level, it will then give us a higher high. We wait for a higher low and we pick our entry on US oil all the way to the upside. Someone may ask me, Classy, if price is going to the upside and we know that, why don't we buy over here? Because I see a candle confirmation over here. That's very good and a very good question as well. The reason why we cannot buy here is that, remember, this level here is the lower high on the weekly time frame and price can see sell pressure here and drop to the downside. So since we don't want to fall into that trap, if it can happen, what we can do is that we stay patient, wait for price to break above here to the upside, gives us a higher high, a higher low safely, and then we can buy from here to the upside. Because if we decide to buy here, price can get to this level, create a triple top on the weekly low high. Remember, this level is the weekly low high, and then drop all the way to the downside. Okay, so we don't want to have ourselves trapped in that situation. That is why we are waiting patiently for price to break above this resistance level to give us a higher high, a higher low, and then we buy all the way to the upside. So that is it for US oil. Let's move quickly to the next pair because I have a lot of pairs to analyze for the day. So let's go to the next pair very quick. Let's go. Alright, so the next pair on the list is GBPUSD. Now GBPUSD, let's begin the analysis very shortly. We have the monthly upper zone, mid-range zone, and then lower zone. Now, if you look very closely at the monthly time frame, it's quite simple. Why? Because price made a push all the way to the upside, giving us a higher high here on the monthly, drop all the way down for higher low, and we see continuation now push, breaking above this higher high, going all the way up to give us a new higher high at the next monthly resistance level. So if you look at the monthly time from GBPUSD, price is moving in an uptrend. Now, since price has been able to break above the mid-range zone, we are heading all the way to the upside. Now the question is, how can we find opportunities to buy all the way to the upside? Let's take it further to a next time frame so that we can understand things much more better. All right, so GBPUSD, let's take it all the way to a weekly time frame and then continue with the technical analysis. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame on GBPUSD. Now GBPUSD on the weekly, we have the weekly upper zone and the weekly lower zone. Now let's explain the weekly time frame so that we can know how to buy on this pair. If you look at the weekly time frame, price is what? In an uptrend over here on the weekly. Why? Because we've seen higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher. What happens next? Another higher high, another higher low, and price continues to go up in that manner. So we are going to capitalize on the next higher high that will make contact with the monthly resistance or the weekly resistance level over here on GBPUSD. Alright, so let me explain further for you guys to understand. Okay, as I said, on the weekly, we're in an uptrend. This is a higher high. This is a higher low. Price will give us another higher high here, come back for another higher low, and the cycle continues in that manner. So we are first going to what? Capitalize on the new higher high that will be created on the weekly resistance level of GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, how are we going to buy from here to this resistance level? Let's take it further to daily time so that we can understand it and then know how we can do it. All right, let's go to daily. Alright, so this is GBPUSD on the daily time. Now, on the daily time frame, we are seeing the exact same thing as we saw on the weekly. Price are looking above weekly higher high. So we said it's going to create a new higher high at the next what resistance level. So that new higher high that price is going to create around here is what we want to capitalize on. So we are still looking for opportunity to buy from here all the way to the next resistance as a new higher high on this pair. Now, how are we going to do it? Let's take it further to 4 time frame so that we can easily understand what is going on and how we can buy to the upside. All right, let's go to the 4 time frame to continue with the flow. All right, so this is the 4 time frame on GBPUSD. Now, GBPUSD on the 4 time frame, what do we see here? On the 4H, price moving a very beautiful uptrend. It broke above previous high here, went all the way up, has given us a new high. We're expecting what? A higher low. And then we buy all the way to the upside. So these are full and complete technical analysis on GBPUSD. We will buy once price complete the higher high on a candle confirmation here, and then we buy all the way to the upside. Now let's talk about what will make this setup invalid. Now this trade become invalid if price fails to come for what? Higher low and then continuously to go up. Then this setup becomes invalid for what? Entry. So these are full and complete analysis, as I said, on GBPUSD. Let's move to the next pair very quick. Okay, so GBPJPY is up next. Now GBPJPY, we have the monthly upper zone, mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. If you look very closely at the monthly time frame, price is what in an uptrend. Why? Because we saw a push over here and exhaustion to a downside, and that push the upside, breaking above previous high. Price came down for another higher low, and after this higher low, we are seeing what a couple of rejections over here. So if you look at the monthly time frame, you can clearly see that what after price completed the higher low, we see a lot of what buy sensitivity, which is as a result of this what pin bar forming on the monthly time frame. So there's clear evidence here on the monthly that price will manage and push to the upside. So GBPUSD, the overall direction is the upside. Now, how do you pick entries into the overall direction? Let's take it further to weekly time frame, understand the weekly flow and how we can buy to the upside on GBPJPY. So GBPJPY onto the weekly for further understanding. Alright, so this is GBPJPY on the weekly time. On the weekly time frame, what do we see here or what do we have here? We have the weekly mid-range zone, and these two what double confirmation on this support level is what we were seeing on the monthly as what the rejection candle. But over here on the weekly, it is seen as what a double confirmation. So we know perfectly what that price will manage to go all the way to the upside of this pair as we described on the monthly. Now, if you look here on the weekly time, you can see the strong bullish candle, which is indicating what there's more buyers over here that can potentially push the market to the upside. Now, there's not so much to talk about here in the weekly, so let's take it further to the daily time frame and then add more meaning before we manage to pick our entry to the upside on GBPJPY. So GBPJPY onto the daily time frame. Alright, so this is the daily time frame on GBPJPY. Let's take our time and explain what is happening here on the daily. If you look at the daily, price was initially in an uptrend, it became a downtrend and has now become another uptrend. Let me show you. So if you look at the daily time frame, this was a higher high, a higher low, another higher high, another higher low. But price failed to go up. It broke below, gave us what? A lower low, another lower high. By putting what? Continue to the downside again. And what did it do? It has broken above again, putting us in an uptrend. So if you look closely, price has now been able to break above this what? Higher low again to the upside, maintaining what? This uptrend over here. Now, since this area was a lower low and the price has broken above this level, we are going up to create a new higher high at the weekly resistance level. So GBPJPY, we are going to find entry that will take us all the way up here as the new higher high, because once price gets to this resistance, it can come back for higher low before going up, or it can break, retest and go up. We don't know what can happen there yet. So we will find entry from here all the way to this level as the new higher high for the daily. All right, now how are we going to pick our entry? Let's take it further to the 4 hour time frame so that we can know how we pick our entry from here to touch this weekly resistance level. All right, so GBPJPY onto the 4 hour time frame to continue with the technical analysis. All right, so this is GBPJPY on the 4 hour time. Now let's explain the 4 hour. We have our 4 hour mid-range over here, and the 4 hour time frame price an uptrend. It has given us a higher high, a higher low. We went up for another higher high. We'll be expecting another higher low before we buy all the way to the upside. So if you look at GBPJPY on the 4 hour time frame, immediately price will complete the higher low here. This is where we pick our entry to the upside to reach what? The next resistance level of the weekly. Simple as that. Now, what will be the candle confirmation for the entry? After retest or after exhaustion, we are expecting what? A bullish engulfing candle close, a significant pin bar or a morning star before we buy all the way to the upside on GBPJPY. So GBPJPY, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Let's go to our last pair for the day, which is going to be gold. So gold, let's shoot quickly and then do our full analysis on gold. Alright, so this is gold also on the monthly time frame. Now gold on the monthly, we have the monthly upper zone, mid-range zone, and then lower zone over here. Now, looking closely at gold on the monthly time frame, price broke above the mid-range zone of this pair, went all the way up, made contact with the resistance level of the monthly, but after making contact resistance, it failed to come back for higher low to continue going all the way up. Why? Because it broke above the weekly or the monthly resistance level. Now, why the price managed to break above the monthly resistance level? Because the buy pressure here was so strong that when it made contact, we didn't even see any sign of sell pressure to the downside, but only what? A strong buy pressure breaking above this one resistance level. Now, since price has been able to break above the monthly resistance level, where does it go? It goes continuously to the upside. We don't know yet, okay? But we're only going to be picking entry into the upside because we know that what? The strong level of buy pressure pushing the market all the way up. So gold, let's take it further to weekly time frame and get to see if we can understand what is happening on the weekly before we can manage to pick our buys to the upside on this pair. So gold onto the weekly time frame to continue with the technical analysis. All right, let's go. All right, so this is gold on the weekly time. Now, gold on the weekly time, you can clearly see that our price in a very beautiful uptrend over here. We've seen higher highs and higher lows pushing the market all the way to the upside. Now, since price is an uptrend on the weekly time frame, we are still expecting what? More buy pressure to push the market all the way to the upside on this pair. But for now, okay, there's not so much to talk about here on the weekly time frame. It's just that price is looking above here and it's still going to the upside. But let's take it further to daily time frame where we can get a clearer understanding, a clearer meaning into what exactly is happening over here, so that we may know how to buy to the upside on gold. So gold, let's take it further to the daily time frame to continue with the technical analysis. All right, let's go. Okay, so this is gold on the daily time. Now gold on the daily, we have the daily upper zone, mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. Now the daily is making so much sense and we can easily know where to hit next. Now if you look at the day time frame, price with the daily push the upside, giving us a higher high. It dropped down for higher low, went up for another higher high. So we are expecting what, another higher low before price goes all the way to the upside in this manner. But if you look at the daily time frame, price has not yet completed the higher high for the daily. So since price hasn't completed the higher high, what are we going to do? We are going to capitalize on that higher high before higher low, and the price goes up in that manner. So gold, we are looking for entry somewhere around here that will take us to a daily resistance level before price goes down and go again. Right, so gold, let's take it all the way to the 1H time frame where we can locate our entry to this resistance level. All right, let's go to the 1H. Okay, so this is gold on the 1 hour time. Now gold on the 1 hour time frame, we have our 1H upper zone and our 1H lower zone. If you look at the 1 hour time, what do you see? We see an uptrend very beautifully. Price went all the way up, broke above this previous resistance to give us a higher high. It dropped down for higher low, and then we are expecting continuation and move all the way to the upside. Now, if you look closely, after price completed the retest of this support level, we have now seen a candle confirmation. What's the candle confirmation here? It is what? A pin bar. Alright, so we're going to use this pin bar as a candle confirmation to buy all the way to our final target, which is going to be the daily resistance level. So gold, this is our full and complete analysis. Immediately the market opens, I'm going to enter this trade and hopefully make money out of it. If you are in the Telegram channel, stay there. You're going to receive this signal for free. If you are not also in the Telegram channel, make sure to click the link on the description and enjoy my free signal group now. Okay, so this is our full and complete technical analysis for the day. If you love what I'm doing over here, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. In the next 24 hours, the best comment under this session is going to have access to my full and complete course on my push and exhaustion strategy. So make sure to leave a very beautiful comment. It might be you. Remember, it might be you, and you have access to my full and complete push and exhaustion strategy course. This is just what a token for appreciating my page, almost coming here, watching my videos day in, day out. I do really appreciate that. So this is a way of me saying thank you. So the best comment will receive my full and complete course on my push and exhaustion strategy in the next 24 hours. So let's see.